Welcome back to World of Immersion. Today we are going to be talking about the absolute worst mistakes you can make when visiting Knott's Berry Farm in 2022. This video will cover all of our tips and tricks for visiting the park in 2022, as well as the things that you should absolutely avoid doing when you go or before you go. Be sure to stay tuned till the very end because the last tip is going to be the absolute most important one. But before we start today's video, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss when we have brand new videos from all of your favorite theme parks across the country. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright, so this video is going to be divided into two parts, and the first part is going to be the mistakes to avoid before you go to the park. So all the things that you are doing when you're buying your tickets or planning your trip to Knott's Berry Farm, these are the things that you should absolutely avoid doing. And the first one is going to be showing up to the park without a chaperone on days that chaperones are required. So right now, Knott's Berry Farm currently has a chaperone policy that says if you are under 18 years old on going on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you need to be accompanied by a chaperone who is 21 years or older. Chaperones can accompany up to 5 guests. And like I said, this policy is in effect on all Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. However, they do say that it's possible it will be implemented on additional days during holiday season, which is coming up. So be sure to check the calendar and the website for more information regarding what days have a chaperone policy. But yeah, if you show up to the park without a chaperone and you're under 18 years old, you won't be let in. Or if you're found inside the park without a chaperone and you're under 18, it says you'll be subject to ejection. So be sure to check that before you buy your ticket. The next mistake you should absolutely avoid is purchasing Fastlane on the wrong days. Knott's Berry Farm does get very crowded sometimes, so Fastlane can be super helpful. However, there are definitely days when you don't need it. For example, if you're going really any weekday, you don't need Fastlane unless it's during the holiday season like that, those 2 weeks around Christmas and New Year's, then possibly you will need Fastlane. However, if you're going any other weekday, I would suggest not getting Fastlane. You'll be able to do all the rides without it. Additionally, most weekends, as long as it's not in the summer months, you should be good without Fastlane as well. Fastlane can be extremely expensive, and buying it and then having no waits all day is going to feel really awful. It's going to feel like a waste of money. So definitely make sure to check if it's going to be a weekday or a non-summer weekend before you buy Fastlane. Alright, but moving on to mistake number 3. This one's going to sound a little weird, but similar to our Magic Mountain video, buying a ticket can be a big mistake, especially if you're a local. Season passes are not much more than tickets, so if you are a local and you're planning to come back at least one other time during the year to Knott's Berry Farm, I would strongly suggest buying a season pass. Especially right now, because if you buy your pass right now, it includes the rest of 2022 as well as all of 2023. So definitely buy a season pass if you're not already a pass holder. Additionally, the passes come with all kinds of great benefits like discounted tickets for friends, as well as discounts on food and merchandise throughout the park. So definitely be sure to get a season pass if you are a local. Alright, and I have one more mistake to avoid before going to the park, and that is going to be forgetting to check the scheduled ride closures. If you are not a local and this is going to be your first time to Knott's Berry Farm, or you're planning a trip out to Knott's Berry Farm, be sure to check the website for the scheduled ride closures because it will list all of the rides that will definitely be closed on your day of your visit. That's not to say that there might not be more rides closed, however, these are the ones that will definitely be closed. Currently, Accelerator and Montezuma's Revenge are both closed for refurbishment, and Knott's Berry Farm has not yet announced when these rides will reopen, so be sure to check back on the scheduled ride closures frequently to see when these rides will reopen. If you're planning a trip to Knott's Berry Farm, I think it's really important to see what rides will be open and what rides will be closed on your visit before you go, so you don't show up and then are in shock that Accelerator is closed for the entire day. But that's going to do it for all of our tips and tricks and mistakes to avoid before you go to the park. So let's get into the other half of the video, and that is going to be the mistakes to avoid when you are already there and riding rides at the park. The first mistake to avoid when you're getting to the park is parking in the wrong parking lot. So Knott's Berry Farm has a ton of parking lots completely surrounding the whole park. And if you're going on a weekday, it is going to be really difficult to choose which parking lot to park in. There are parking lots in the front of the park and parking lots in the back of the park, so be sure to pick the one that is closest to the front entrance. That is going to be either the Soak City parking lot or the parking lot by Ghost Rider. If you're parking in the dirt parking lot or the grass parking lot on the other side of the park, it is going to be a long walk to get to the front entrance of the park. Unless it is a weekend or an extremely crowded day where they have the back entrance open, you're going to have a crazy long walk to the front entrance. So be sure to set your directions to the right parking lot and make sure that you park in that one so it is not super far of a walk to get to the front entrance. Alright, but the next mistake to avoid is not going to Ghost Rider first. If you want to ride Ghost Rider, be sure to hit it first because there is no chance you're going to ride it unless you ride it first. It is by far the most popular ride in the entire park. It gets upwards of a 3-hour wait on most days, and that line moves really slow. So I would strongly recommend going to Ghost Rider first if it is on your bucket list and one of your top priorities when you visit the park. Ghost Rider is definitely the most popular ride in the park, and it is for good reason. It is an incredible ride, but definitely go there first. Try to rope drop it if you can. Getting to the front entrance of the park right when it opens or even a little bit before it opens can really benefit you in making the most of your day because you'll be able to get to Ghost Rider well before most of the other people in the park. Alright, and then the next mistake that you can make when you're inside the park is eating at the wrong restaurants. Knott's Berry Farm has some fantastic food, however there are definitely some options that are not as good. Some of my favorite restaurants include Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant just outside the park, as well as the brand new pizza and pasta restaurant that just opened this past summer. Both of those restaurants are incredible, however there are definitely some places that are not as good in the park, so definitely try to avoid those. Knott's Berry Farm food is expensive, so it's definitely important to get the most bang for your buck when you're eating at Knott's Berry Farm, so be sure to check out those two restaurants. Alright, but the next mistake to avoid is going to be waiting too long for rides at the wrong time. Rides like Calico River Rapids will get an insane line from around 1 to 5 p.m. However, the entire rest of the day, it will be practically a walk-on. So be sure to ride rides when they don't have as crazy waits. If you see a 3-hour line for Ghost Rider, it's probably not going to get any shorter. So that's the only one that I would say just go for it. But every other ride, if it's upwards of an hour and a half, just wait until the line shortens out because it definitely will. Especially those water rides like Timber Mountain Log Ride and Calico River Rapids. Later on in the afternoon and evening, those rides will get significantly shorter waits, so definitely try to do those later. However, that's going to do it for all of the mistakes that you need to avoid when visiting Knott's Berry Farm in 2022. Did I miss any tips and tricks that you use every single time you visit Knott's Berry Farm? Be sure to comment down below. Also, comment down below if you've been to Knott's Berry Farm and what you think of the park. Thank you so much for watching World of Immersion today, but before you go, be sure to check out this video where we rank every single ride at Knott's Berry Farm in 2022. Thank you so much for watching World of Immersion, and we will catch you in the next video.